This is your Barbados Today Morning News Update for Thursday, April 11th, 2019. Thanks for joining us. I'm Carol Williams. A trade unionist is suggesting that the full effects of government's austerity program has been delayed, and he's predicting it will hit home in a few years' time. General Secretary of the Congress of Trade Unions and Staff Associations of Barbados, Dennis DePisa, says this is troubling given current economic hardships in the country. He is particularly worried about the effects this will have on workers.
And we are concerned that labor is going to have a difficult ride, not 2 years ahead, but 5 or maybe 7 ahead, because it will take a considerable amount of time for any recovery to take place and for workers to be reabsorbed within the workforce. Granted that we have a problem that's exacerbated because we are outputting or putting out every year number of graduates, almost 5,000 in the education system, be it from the school, secondary school system and tertiary institutions. And that is compounded with those who have already graduated sitting down on the corridors, we call them the blocks, unemployed, and then we throw up this thing about entrepreneurship, and we move back to the days of going and selling bananas and apples and call that development. Now, if that is supposed to mean advancement, I think that we are going back in a very fast mode.
Staying with the labor movement, the president of the Barbados Union of Teachers is anticipating a smooth start to the new school term next week. Sean Spencer told the media yesterday that while some schools will have to be inspected before the all clear is given, the majority will reopen as scheduled. Meantime, he confirmed that government's retrenchment exercise is affecting staffing and maintenance at some schools. According to Spencer, while teachers aren't among public servants who've been sent home, many educators who've retired or gone on leave haven't been replaced. At the same time, the BUT president reported that adjustments have been made due to the retrenchment of general workers.
We are also now suffering from a lack of groundsmen, general workers as they're rightly called. And that in particular is of concern. That may be one of the challenges when school reopens. That has not linked to salubrious environments, and we're finding that in many instances now where the grass would have been cut routinely, it is not being so done. We have, however, been informed that there is a plan afoot where they are going to look to redeploy these groundsmen. And these groundsmen are going to be put into zones where the schools themselves would be serviced. And it has been indicated as well that we are not necessarily going to see them operating during the course of the school day or during the regular working hours.
In other news, the days could be numbered for a locally owned beach chair rental business in Bathsheba, St. Joseph, which was set up 3 weeks ago but has only been open to the public 5 days. Entrepreneur Sean Morris says the National Conservation Commission has given him until Saturday to remove several structures integral to his business. One of the structures is used for storage and shelter. Morris tells Barbados Today he has invested more than $10,000 in the business after being given a license to operate. He says the situation is stressful.
I got umbrellas, I got rakes, other tools that I work. You know, my equipment, water bottle, my water canister, all anything. I can't move anything every evening. You know, I need something just to store the stuff. So I didn't build anything big, I just built a plastic booth that's very light, easy to remove, and nothing that can damage the infrastructure, because if I decide tomorrow that I don't want to do the business anymore, or whatever, for whatever reason if I get sick, you know, it can be removed very easily. The ground has not been touched, I haven't digged the ground, I haven't done anything to interfere in the infrastructure here. All I did is clean the area, make it nice and sanitary that people in the area can enjoy, that tourists can pass and enjoy, just come and relax and have some fun in Barbados.
PRO of the St. Joseph Independence Parish Committee, Victor Morris, who lives on the outskirts of the community, describes the situation as unfair.
We need people like these. I'll say this also. A couple of weeks I was over in the park and 2 visitors asked me how comes around Barbados you could get snacks, and here the only way you can get something to eat is the cafeteria there. Yeah. So it only goes to show you, and it's about time Bathsheba come alive. I am all for this.
NCC General Manager Keith Neblett couldn't be reached for comment.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Turning to the situation in Venezuela, the United States is asking the United Nations to recognize opposition leader Juan Guaido as the legitimate leader. U.S. Vice President Mike Pence says Washington will present a draft resolution to the Security Council aimed at recognizing Guaido and appointing his representative as the ambassador to the world body. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has maintained control with support from the military, Russia, and China. A draft resolution recognizing Guaido is certain to be vetoed by Russia. And finally, European Union leaders have agreed to grant British Prime Minister Theresa May a new Brexit deadline of October 31st. This came after French President Emmanuel Macron opposed efforts to give her another year.
This means an additional 6 months for the UK. During this time, the course of action will be entirely in the UK's hands. It can still ratify the withdrawal agreement, in which case the extension will be terminated. It can also reconsider the whole Brexit strategy. That might lead to changes in the political declaration, but not in the withdrawal agreement. Until the end of this period, the UK will also have the possibility to revoke Article 50 and cancel Brexit altogether. The UK will continue its sincere cooperation as a full member state with all its rights and as a close friend and trusted ally in the future.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. And sign up for breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Carol Williams. Have a good day.